Hey everyone, today we're going to be solving two-step and multi-step inequalities. We're going to be looking at the rules and how we're supposed to do them, and we're going to be doing some practice problems. Let's start. So we're going to solve inequalities that contain more than one operation. So inequalities that contain more than one operation require more than one step to solve. So we're going to be using inverse operation to undo the operations in the equality one at a time. For example, what this means is that if we have an operation that's a positive, to undo it, we're going to have to use a negative. If we have an operation that's a multiplication, to undo it, we're going to have to divide. Okay, step one of solving any inequality is to undo the addition or subtraction. Step two, we're going to undo the multiplication and division. And we always have to make sure that our variable is isolated. For example, we do not want a variable that is next to a number. We want the variable to be separate from the inequality. So a variable and then a sign and then another number. We don't want it, for example, to be 2b. We just want it to be b. So that's our goal. So subtracting a number is the same as adding it to its opposite. So that means that we have here 7 plus 2t minus 2t, equals 7 plus negative 2t. So we have here a positive 2t over here. We have a positive 7, and then a positive 7, and then a negative 2t. We here also have negative 2t. So technically these two operations are equal. They're just using the opposites. They are equal. Now we're going to solve some inequalities, and we also are required to graph the solutions. So for example, here we have 45 plus 2b is greater than 61. So simply we have a positive 45. So first we have to undo addition and subtraction, so that becomes a negative 45. So we're going to subtract, so this becomes a 0. We're done with this. Whatever we do to one side of the operation, we do to the other. So 61 minus 45 is going to leave us with 16. So this cancels this out. We bring down the 2b, and then 61 minus 45 is 16. Now we have to divide or multiply because we have to undo everything. We want the variable to be isolated. So we're going to divide, since 2 is being multiplied by b, we're going to have to divide 2. So that leaves us with b. And then whatever we do to one side, we have to do to the other. So 16 divided by 2 is going to leave us with 8. So this is our inequality. Now we're going to have to graph them. So we have our graph. So here we have b is greater than 8. So it's obviously going to be going to the right. And over here, as we can see, there is no line under it. It's not greater than or equal to. So therefore, the circle is going to be open. We have to watch out for this step, the difference between an open and a closed circle, because it does mark your question incorrectly if you mess up on it. And we know that we can also, if the variable is first, we can also follow the sign of the inequality. So since it's going this way, that means it's pointing to the right, so it's going to be going to the right. But that only works if the variable is first of the inequality. Let's solve one more problem. I have 8 minus 3y is greater than or equal to, watch out for that or, and then equal to 29. So we have a positive 8 over here, since there's no number that in front of, no symbol, that means it's a positive 8. So it's going to be converted into a negative 8. So that cancels that out, and then we're going to go to the other side. We're going to subtract 29 minus 8, because remember, whatever you do to one side of the operation, you do to the other. So this is over with. We're going to bring down our 3y. And after we bring that down, we're going to subtract 29 minus 8, which is going to leave us with 21. So 3y is greater than or equal to 21. Next, we are going to undo the multiplication that's going on here. So next, we're going to divide by negative 3. So negative 3, y divided by 3 is going to leave us with a y. And then 21 divided by negative 3. Don't forget, we don't divide it by 3. Whatever we do to one side, we do to the other. So we're dividing here by negative 3, so we're going to also divide here by negative 3. So 21 divided by negative 3 is going to leave us with negative 7. And since here we change the sign, since